What is up, OFP Nation, and welcome to Forex Focus, where we talk all about mastering the art of trading with a strong mindset.
Hello, guys. This is our fifth episode. We are really happy to have you all here tuning in with us in this really special podcast. And today we have another special guest. Well, you already know him. We have Barry with us to share his knowledge in the trading community. How are you,
Yes.
Barry?
I am doing well, thank you. Yeah,
Welcome, Barry.
Thank you for being
yeah.
here with us again. And today we are going to talk about something really important, right, Reah?
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're talking about setting realistic goals and expectations in your trading.
Yeah. So please keep watching this episode because it's really, really important for everyone involved in the trading community. So why don't we jump right in as we usually do with some questions for both of the traders that we have with us today. So the first question that I have for you guys is how can setting realistic goals can help traders avoid emotional decision making?
Barry, you got this.
Okay, right. Yes, so with setting realistic goals, it all depends on what you're looking for. But again, I think the standard in the trading community, whether it's stocks, currency, well, crypto is another space, but stocks, currency, and commodities, the most realistic expectations in terms of also percentage you can make in a month is like probably 5%. So first of all, you need to know what you're aiming for every single month. Is it making 5%, 4%, or 6%? It all depends on that. Because sometimes making unrealistic goals like, oh, I'm going to aim to make 20% this month may not be feasible. Like you can make 20% that month, but can you replicate it the following month? Because markets change every single day, every 3 months, every year, and you need to be adaptable. So if you have like some goals set as to what is more realistic in terms of returns, you can avoid jumping into scenarios where you risk way too much. And yeah, you end up messing your whole I don't know if I can say algorithm. They are not a robot, but
Yeah,
yes, you
I know what you
end up
mean.
messing your yeah, you end up messing your flow with everything. Because like when you lose that one trade, just because you are emotional about it, you'll probably now start to revenge trade, and that's like a vicious cycle. You start seeing your account dwindling, whereby if you have set realistic goals and expectations, like, oh, this is the amount or I'm trying to aim for this month and this amount of risk, then you see your account steadily grow rather than having sporadic changes. Yeah, like whipsaws, like what happened today
Yeah.
in NFP. So yeah, your account shouldn't look like NFP. It needs to look like a steady growth, basically. Yeah, that's what I can say about setting realistic goals.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, um, setting those goals, I mean, I see them as being important because it helps with having a clear, specific target. You know, there's this thing in saying, right? Because I'm in marketing, obviously, but in marketing, we say when you market to everyone, you're marketing to no one, right? And that's because you have no clear focus, you have no clear target. And so without that clear focus or that clear target, you're all over the place. But that's the same in anything, and that's the same even in trading. So when you don't have clarity on what your specific target is and it's written out in your goals or your plan, then you set yourself up for making a bunch of random decisions with um no clarity of the reason or the purpose behind what you're doing. You're just being random in the market. And then that can kind of put you in a place where you're making irresponsible choices
Right.
because you don't have something to tell you what to do. It's, there's no structure. So without structure, that just leaves room open for you to do whatever you want. It's like a free for all. It's like, oh, okay. Um, and then you end up making more riskier decisions, making more emotional decisions because you don't have something to tell you, stop when this happens, go when this happens. So that is one thing that I would say, how being intentional about setting your goals can help you avoid making emotional decisions because you have a set of structure there to help you in your day to day. You just have to be disciplined with following it.
Yeah. I think that, like both of you, like an overall conclusion on these first question, like you have to have like a point of reference or like a path to follow in order to set realistic goals, right?
Yeah.
And of course, like emotional intelligence to not make like emotional decisions when trading, which is really important.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay. So the next question, following this same topic about like setting realistic goals, what is the connection between goal setting and risk management in trading?
All right. Like I already mentioned, like when you set realistic goals, you avoid taking trades that you're not supposed to be taking.
Mhm.
So, for example, if your goal was to make like 4% for that month and you reach the 4% and your drawdown was maybe just 1% overall, you have that already in mind. You have 1% drawdown for the month and 4% gain for the month. But then if you decide, oh, let me make another 1%, let me make another 2%, and you go way above and maybe even reach 12%, great for you. But then there might be that one trade because you just decided to overtrade that will mess up your whole risk management. You find yourself back to the negatives because you could not stick to the goal that you had set for yourself for that month. And yeah, it's a mess now. So yeah, you need to have those realistic goals. You also just need to know how these markets move. Like, for example, let's just talk about Tesla. You know, maybe, oh, Tesla moves like 10% in a month, moves maybe 20%. You know, you can be setting those goals like, oh, if Tesla moves 20%, I'll be good. I'll take my profits. If it moves like 40%, you know that, okay, you have taken your profits from the market and the rest is history. You need to probably wait till something sets up that is in alignment with your goals. And also, I don't know if I can mention my FX book, but my FX book actually even has that in their platform where you can set goals like a daily goal, a weekly goal, monthly, and yearly. So, like, those tools are already available for you for free. And yeah, there are different things. There's a goal for how much money you're going to make for that month, or percentage wise, even how much you're going to lose for that month. So there are some people where you can set a goal and then be like, okay, this account will not go beyond 5% or 10%. If it does, I stop trading. And that's good because then you're protecting your risk. And then you also reevaluate your system. You can't just trade blindly and say, my system is the best in the world. Let me keep on going with it, even if you're down 30%, like you've never been. Yeah. So you need to keep that in mind. So setting goals also helps with managing your overall risk on your account. Yeah.
All right. That's really valuable, I think. And do you have anything to say, Rhea, about this?
You said it all, Barry. You said it all.
Like full explanation on why it's important. What and
Yeah.
where's the connection? So Okay, so just like moving to the next question about the same topic, can you guys explain how like overall like goal setting contributes to a trader's overall trading plan? Like we talked about the connection between the goal setting and the risk management, but like in like an overall conclusion on this like category of questions.
Uh, so goal setting contributes to your trading plan because how do I want to lay this out? What your goals are will help you to determine how you should approach going into the market, like how you want to manage your risk. What do you want to risk? What is your risk to reward? So one example could be, all right, I have this specific goal this week, so in taking my trades, I want to be risking this much to get this much. Or maybe I want to wait for one really solid good setup, depending on the kind of trader you are, right? Me, I'm a swing trader, so I don't like looking to get into the markets every day. That's just my personal preference. Um, I don't like it. I prefer to wait for a one good setup, and on that one good setup, risk 1% to maybe to get 3% or 4%. But at least 3%. So I think, having an understanding of what you're trying to achieve will help you to kind of lay out your trading plan for yourself. Those are some of the first thoughts that come to my mind. I don't know if Barry has anything he wants to share.
Okay, yeah, I think you have covered the majority of it because, yeah, like you have already said, you'd want to fit your goals into your trading plan. Like you said, you only look for those solid trades instead of, let's just say, one to one. Because one to one isn't that good. You can take it, but it isn't that good sometimes. I
No.
think we also covered that when we are doing the weekly analysis. I even say, oh, this trade could create a one-to-one. But then if you're aiming for like 3-1, 4-1, or even a 10-1, like I don't know, I
Ooh.
keep boasting about that 10-1, which was there like 2 weeks ago on Aussie Swiss. So imagine you had that trade at 10-1 and it went in your favor. You were risking one to make 10. It went in your favor. You're already 2 months ahead. If your goal is to make like 4%, you're already 2 months ahead. And then like maybe in the following month, all you just be doing is maybe even risking 0.5% or even 0.25%, and just trying to see how the market is moving, trying to see if maybe you can even get maybe another 10-1. And then, yeah, maybe making 4% that month with minimal risk. So, yeah, it all fits in there. Like, it just contributes all together because you know where you're going. Yeah, everything like that. Let me not spill too much. Yeah, you know where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think both of you have like you like gave like really like complete information on this, like why is it important to set realistic goals? And now like continuing to like the second part of the questions about like giving tips, like actual tips. Like for anyone watching this episode, like how often should traders review their trading performance and goals? Because you said like you don't do that, like you don't get into the markets like every single day, Rhea. So like maybe what would you say to anyone about this
Every day.
every day? This every day, but like no matter
So most traders, swing trading is not common
what.
as a whole. Most traders on average prefer day trading or intraday trading or scalping, but most traders who trade prefer being in and out of the markets every single day. But for me, well, I won't talk about that. But what I will say is because most traders are in the markets every day, they need to be recapping and looking at how things played out in their trades at the end of every day.
Mm-hmm.
There should always be a review, daily review. Okay. And there should also be documentation. Like any trader, I mean, most traders that I know keep a trading journal. Um, they keep a trading journal, and in that trading journal, they don't just talk about the trades that they took, they talk about why they took the trade. It's like they're writing themselves a little note that says, okay, I'm taking this trade today. I am risking this much to get this much. I took this trade because this is what I saw. Blah, boom, 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 boom. And then when it's over, we have to look at the trade and say, okay, did that work? You know, oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? What mistake did I make a mistake? And if so, what kind of, what did I learn from it? So these daily reviews are important, I think, because it sets you up for the next day when you go into the market. It just kind of gives you a fresh um outlook on how to go approach the market the very next day, and kind of helps you to kind of just start with a clean slate. Um, so I don't know. I think if you're a day trader who's daily in the markets, you should have a daily review of your performance. That's just what I think, but that's my opinion. So,
Okay. So, Barry, do you think the same thing, or do you like want to say something else?
Yeah, there's two ways about it. Okay,
Okay.
the journaling and numbers game. Oh, this is gonna be long now. That
oh
could be like
no,
a
long-winded.
so what Ria was basically talking about was more like journaling. I have journaled before. It gives a great picture. Like even if you're not a day trader, like okay, if you're a day trader, it's great. If you're a swing trader, it's also good because let's say you're in a winning trade, right? You're up 2%. Then it pulls back the following day, maybe 1/4%, 0.5%. Then in your journal, you start to describe how that trade pulled back slightly against you. And then you also write how that made you feel and everything like that. I feel journaling is very time consuming, but it draws a great picture. I don't know if maybe journaling would be great for if you're passing down knowledge to someone else, maybe your kids or something. Yeah, you want them to be a trader as well. So I don't know. Could be your niece. Maybe your kids are not interested in trading. Could be your niece. Could be whatever. But journaling can be like something which can be used to pass down information to other people, and then they can also see how your trading journey was and whatnot. But as for me, I stopped journaling. I do the numbers game. I review my numbers every single, I think maybe even twice a week. I just look at them and see, okay, where am I? Am I like 2% down? How was January? How was June? How was March? All those months. I just look at them on a grand scale and be like, okay, I performed really good this month. Oh, I expect. Yeah, it's just for me, it's just the numbers game. So journaling can also be
Yeah,
done, but for me, it's a numbers game. So yeah, let me not get too much into it.
I
We'll
think both.
extending
Yeah.
this.
I think
Yeah, but
both
we can
are
go to the
great.
next question. You're saying?
No, I was just gonna say I think both are great, because I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, I definitely at the end of the month I look at how my numbers played out at the end of the month. Like I go into each month with an intent in my mind on how much what I want to accomplish in that month, but I also do it
Yeah.
week by week. Week by week, I'm like, okay, I want to accomplish this. So I have like a monthly goal and then a weekly goal, you know. Obviously, as a day trader, I mean, not a day trader, but a swing trader, for me, it's weekly, not daily, because I usually take one or two trades and they go for the whole week and then I'm done. Um, but yeah, no, I'm definitely looking at my numbers, especially at the end of every month and then going in with a whole new intent for the new month. Um, So I don't disagree with that at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, like overall, like it depends on like each one, like each trader's preferences to keep this like, let's say like structure.
Hmm. But I do think daily reviews, I do
Do
think they
that.
help, especially if you're losing, if you're on a losing streak,
Yeah.
and you're like, ah, dang, okay, what's going on,
Yeah, like you have to pay more attention to those details.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so on to the our last question for today. What strategies can traders use to stay motivated and focused on their goals when facing setbacks? Like just the thing that you were talking about.
I can go first.
Yes, please do.
Okay, so what I can say can help a trader stay motivated is just looking at their past performance.
Mhm.
Again, as they always say on every single broker platform, everything, past results does not guarantee. Yeah, does not guarantee future results. So even though that may be true, some past results can help you build that confidence and understand like, okay, we're in a bad month. I see volatility is up today. I need to prepare, everything like that. So there's a lot of things you can look at when you're also trading. Like, for example, the volatility. You need to say, okay, why am I having all these losses? Is it because of the volatility? Is it the type of month we're in? Is there any political factors involved? Yeah, you just put all of that in comparison and then see, oh, okay, why I'm losing is because of this and this and this. So if things get maybe better, my trading will get better as well. So having all of those in mind, also your past results, even backtesting rewires your mind to like see, okay, your system works in certain market conditions, it doesn't work in this type of market conditions, or it works in all market conditions. You just need to watch your risk. So there is that. I've heard a lot of people say, oh no, a system doesn't work. You need to adapt. Yes, you need to adapt. Sometimes you need to change up your system and use the one which goes well with high volatility, or you can just reduce your risk overall when you see things are not moving well. Like, yeah, so that you just protect your capital. Capital preservation is the most important of them all. Yeah.
Okay. Do you
Um,
got anything, Raya?
so yeah,
Please do.
for me, I have another way too. I absolutely agree. Back testing can help tremendously. Um, so for me, I'm very big on um personal development. So, you know, because sometimes I just need to I just need to listen to a podcast, or I just need to listen to an audiobook, especially a trading book. Trading in the Zone is one of them that is phenomenal. That is always a go-to for me to go back to when I need a reminder of what it means to have a winning attitude, when I need a reminder of what it means to understand that this is a probability. Oh my Lord, y'all, probabilities game. This is a probabilities game, right? And that's something that a lot of new traders don't understand. And I was one of them, so I know. Uh, so for me, those other things are great, but I personally get a lot of value from feeding my mind, listening to stories, inspirational stories of other traders who, uh, weren't finding success, but then didn't give up, persevered, and found success. Um, so there are going to be different seasons where you're going to lose that motivation, and you're going to feel tempted to kind of stray away from your plan. And so I find that things like that help me to get recentered and refocus. It helps me to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for, so I don't quit, so I don't give up. And also, I think it's really important to always remain a student. You know, it doesn't matter how long you've been a trader. Um, I have a motto that goes, I'm always a student. I'm always a student, you know, and sometimes we have to remind ourselves, we have to ask ourselves, what am I just doing trading just because it's a hobby and I'm just trying to make a quick buck out of the markets? Or am I really trying to become a master of this craft? And if I am trying to become a master of this craft, what am I doing to accomplish that? You know, how much time am I investing to master my craft? What resources am I investing to master my craft? I just recently invested in some mentorship with an analyst who's been in the markets for over 20 years, you know, worked on Wall Street, you know, um, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to become a master of my craft. And even just having connections like that, connecting with other traders who are accomplishing things you want to accomplish someday and talking to them, having conversations with them, getting on Zooms with them, stuff like that can even super motivate you. Um, so I like to think outside of the box when it comes to uh, staying focused on my goals as a trader. And so those are some of my ways, besides Barry's ways, which I think are great too. They all work together and they all serve the purpose in helping us to be great at what we do and just evolve and get better over time.
Yeah, like both of you said, like I think it's like really important that each one of you like sets their realistic goals, and of course like with their own with your own styles of like how to stay motivated. And like you said, Rhea, like it's important to have like continuous learning on this thing if you really want to do it like in a serious way. And yeah, I hope that like everyone that is listening to this podcast got something really like valuable for their trading experiences. And with that, we say thank you for tuning in with us.
Yeah, thank you. If you did get any value from this today, uh, please, we encourage you to share it, like, comment, leave us some love, let us know what you thought. Share with us your takeaway. What did you take away from today's podcast? We want to hear from you guys. And if you aren't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that and hit the notification bell so that whenever we do go live or whenever we do upload something new, you'll be the first to get notified about that.
Yes. And lastly, stay sharp, keep a winning mindset, and remember that with Forex focus, success is just one trade away. Thank you for tuning in with us today, guys.
See you next time.
See you next week. And thank you, Barry, for being with us today.
Most welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.